Question, because we had a press conference at my office this morning with Paul Dewar and Nicole Turmel and Françoise Boivin and Mathieu.
From Pontiac.
No, the incumbent NDP MP
Ravignan?
in Pontiac.
Ravignan?
Oui, exactement. I count myself among the disaffected public servants, so I can tell you that I know what you're talking about. And it's all part of the Conservatives' attack on evidence and expertise and science and everything else. And it's very difficult when you're working hard in a field that you really care about and that you know something about to feel that nobody is listening to your advice. I was on a panel yesterday where there was this question about a leaked memo from Foreign Affairs, and that employees at Foreign Affairs have expressed a real concern about our declining credibility internationally, and that they feel something needs to be done. And the Conservative MP that was on the panel said, well, that's false. And I thought, this is exactly what's wrong with the relationship between the Conservative government and the civil service. That his initial knee-jerk reaction to an opinion expressed by a large number of experts within the Department of Foreign Affairs is to just dismiss it outright as being false. I thought, that's exactly what's wrong here, right? So we have announced today a strategy for re-engaging with the public service. It includes a number of different things, one of which is implementing a code of conduct for ministers and ministerial staff that would be similar to the code of conduct that governs public servants, because there's an issue in terms of respectful dialogue between the political side and the public service side that needs to be addressed. We want to return to a transparent and open collective bargaining environment where the government doesn't unilaterally make decisions that have been collectively bargained for by the public service. We need to change the legislative framework because that has been changed by the Conservatives to the detriment of collective bargaining. We want to establish a commission to take partisanship out of appointment of senior government personnel, and that would be a sort of a multi-party, someone would choose, that the parties would work collaboratively to choose someone to be on that, because Harper proposed something reasonable and then turned around and appointed one of his buddies to be the person who's supposed to be the neutral, appointments person. So that's, we want to see, senior government officials being appointed not based on who you're friends with, but based on your qualifications to do the job. Because when you're a public servant and all of a sudden the head of your organization is put into place and it's someone who knows nothing about what you do, right? I mean, that just doesn't make, but it happens to be the minister's, neighbor or whatever. That's a problem.